What's going on YouTube? Listen, I know for all of y'all that have been waiting for a video to drop, and it's like, yo, where's Ann at? Why he not dropping? Listen, that's my fault. Feel me? I've been working. I've been trying. I've been trying. You mean? I've been trying to come out there. You know, they traveling soon. I'm saying so. I just had to. I just had to get some shit in order first. You know. But look, right. This video is very random. I seen it on YouTube. I was like, yo, since I haven't dropped the video and no one's trying to give me anything, I'm gonna watch a video that I want to watch. So today I cooked every president's favorite food. We're gonna see what each president, starting from I almost said George W. Bush, from George Washington all the way to our current president today, Donald J. Trump. Let's go.
Every U.S. president's favorite food, starting with the one and only George Washington. His favorite food was hoe cakes with honey.
Yo, what the fuck is a hoe cake? Is that what they called pancakes back then? Hoe cakes in the 1700s were called pancakes. I mean, were called hoe cakes.
Which is essentially a rustic cornmeal pancake. Today we'll be stacking the Democrats and Republicans against each other to ultimately find out which political party reigns supreme. Not bad. Welcome, Sophia and Kai.
In the comments, drop who you think is going to have the craziest favorite food. Cause like I ain't gonna lie, back then I feel like it's low-key gonna get crazy. Yeah, I feel like the food they had back then is low-key crazier than we got today. Like today, it might be like some pizza, some shit like that, but back then they probably. Matter of fact, we just gonna watch this.
Now, George Washington was a Federalist, which is more closely aligned with the Democratic Party. So for our first Democratic food,
cheers.
Cheers. This is not for you. Usually it's Tibby who gets up there. Honestly, a little dry. I definitely get the cornmeal in there.
It's not really sweet, and I like that.
It kind of reminds me of like a cake. I would go for more.
And the results. I think you guys are crazy, but that puts the Democratic approval rating starting at a 6.3. Moving on. The second U.S. president is John Adams, and his favorite food is hard cider. John Adams was the
It's a cold motherfucker. This nigga said, I don't need no type food. You give me a hard cider, bitch, I'll run the country. I will run this nation today with a hard cider, no food needed.
First U.S. president to live in the White House, but I gotta be honest, you're kind of a degenerate if your favorite food is a drink that is alcoholic. Straws in. It's super sweet, but kind of has like a fermented aftertaste.
Kind of reminds me of that mead that we made. Remember that?
Yes.
I love hard cider.
Our third U.S. president was Thomas Jefferson, and his favorite food was mac and cheese. And apparently he seduced his wife playing the violin.
I ain't gonna lie, I would be a great violinist. I would be a magnificent violinist, bro. I'm lying my ass off.
Where are the ladies? Shut up! He was a statesman, planter, diplomat, lawyer, architect, philosopher, founding father, nation's first secretary, primary author of the Declaration of Independence, vice president, and president of the United States. AKA, this guy was quite the underachiever. And to plate, it's of course going in the cheese wheel. No matter how hard I try, I just can't seem to escape this thing in a YouTube video. And for our first Republican taste test, it is time for mac and cheese. This is really bringing me back to that time I cooked for that 5-year-old. I love Kraft mac and cheese.
The presentation is on point too with this wheel.
It makes it better. Putting our Republican approval rating at a 46, just barely beating out the Democrats, but let's move on. The fourth US president is James Madison, and his favorite food is...
Yeah, I never really looked back on the life of presidencies. I ain't gonna lie to you, I knew like the first 3, right? But the only real president that I really know of from the past was that nigga Andrew Jackson. The shit that I was talking about with this nigga, bro, this nigga would call duels. for the love of the game. He was out here killing niggas in the back of the White House for the love of the game. If he was doing that in the back of the White House, I promise you this nigga probably had some crazy eats, bro. Crazy eats. I'm talking about the nigga on the 20. Wait, is Andrew Jackson on the 20? Hey Siri, is Andrew Jackson on the 20?
Yes.
Okay.
Andrew Jackson appears on the 20.
I had to make sure I wasn't stupid.
Ice cream. And somehow, with a food choice like this, he was still the smallest U.S. president, weighing in at a whopping 100 pounds and a stature of 5'4". I love ice cream, but if it's going to be a favorite food, I feel like it has to be savory.
Well, obviously you're gonna say your favorite food is a steak, but I have a sweet tooth and I like it.
I'm with you.
And some very strong scores for the Republicans. Let's move on. James Monroe was the 5th U.S. president, and his favorite food was fried chicken.
Okay, if we're gonna do this, why can't we take it back to the old days? You know, because if you're talking about presidents from
Let's move on.
This era,
James Monroe was the 5th.
from the 1800s, bro. These niggas don't know what Popeye's fried chicken is. He knows what Popeye's fried chicken is. That's why he went and got Popeye's fried chicken. If we're gonna do presidents' favorite foods from the 1800s up until now, bro, don't do modern food. Cook that shit how they would cook it. Get you some raw fried chicken and cook that shit how they would cook it, bro. Cause I promise you, fried chicken back then was not good like fried chicken now. That's probably just the big nigga in me. I know probably fried is fried, but they ain't have the type of fried. They wasn't cooking that shit right. That shit was probably still wet as it was probably raw.
U.S. president, and his favorite food was fried chicken. James Monroe governed in a time where the U.S. population was a total of only 10 million, roughly the size of New York City, which is kind of crazy to think about. We're gloving up for this one.
I'm going for a good old breast.
I mean, it's crunchy, it's juicy. We're all in agreement, right?
Yeah.
It's Popeyes though.
What?
I love chicken, but I prefer it grilled.
I know James Monroe is.
That's how you know that nigga a white man. No. I hear you in the comments. Oh, you're black. Of course you're gonna like fried chicken. Shut up. Okay? Fried chicken is good. Grilled chicken, it's okay. But fried is where it's at. I like to bite into my chicken and taste some crunch in there, you know what I'm saying? This nigga talking about grilled. He's a white man. You watching this may be white too. I know you like grilled chicken. If you like fried, brother. But I know you.
Rolling in his grave right now. You guys might not know this, but this is actually the same year that A1 steak sauce was invented. And it's kind of crazy to think that this was made in the same time period as the Civil War. Let that sink in.
Fucking sink up here.
Hey Max, there's a sink at the door for you.
That's so dumb.
You know what? This country could use a delicious steak sauce.
Yeah, mid-Civil War. John Quincy Adams was the 6th U.S. president, and his favorite food was fresh fruit.
Any fruit? Any fruit. Okay. With no words.
Seeing as cameras were invented in the early 1800s, John Quincy Adams was the very first president to be photographed. This is the early 1800s. John Quincy Adams was the very first president to be photographed.
Who the fuck does nigga think he is? Why is this nigga sitting like that? Oh, bro, if I'm president, bro, I'm not. What, bro? Niggas catching me. Man, this bitch like these. What, bro? Fuck the media training. I'm getting flipped up, bro. I'm not sitting like this nigga talking about. Me mugging the camera, nigga. I'm in this bitch. Fuck the. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't know how niggas be sitting with their legs up, yo. I can never. You ain't never gonna catch me.
This is the only right way to cut a watermelon. Shout out Golden Balance who taught me this.
I eat fruit with like every meal, so I love this. I think this is a good call.
I think he's an undercover vegan.
I don't hate his choice, I don't love it.
Kyle, we are no longer friends.
These guys, they're like an old married couple over here.
Our 7th president is Andrew Jackson, and his favorite food was green beans and bacon. Andrew Jackson's face is on the $20 bill, and he apparently had a giant bacon. Andrew Jackson's 7th president is Andrew Jackson, and his favorite food was green beans and bacon. Andrew Jackson's face is on.
Why green beans and bacon? It's very random. Like, I mean, it wasn't some crazy shit. I mean, but like, green beans and bacon, my nigga? That's your favorite meal? Green beans and bacon. I mean, okay,
On the $20 bill, and he apparently had a giant 1,400-pound block of cheese.
See, bro, it's always the niggas. 1,400. What do you need a 1,400-pound block of cheese for, nigga? What are you doing? A 14,000-pound block of cheese? Yeah, bro, he was definitely shooting niggas in the back of the White House, bro.
In the White House. I don't know, this guy kind of sounds like an idiot. Who would ever buy that much cheese? He left it in the entrance hall of the White House to age for 2 years, and in 1837, he invited the public to come and eat it.
I'm not the biggest fan.
That's my sister right there. There is one element of this dish that I absolutely love, and one that I absolutely hate.
You hate bacon? It kind of reminds me, you know, in China, we would eat that green bean and minced meat.
Once again, an extremely artificially high number for the Democrats based on Kyle here.
What?
I don't know why,
feel
but
like
I
you guys
don't
are
like
teaming
that
up or
nigga.
something. That
I don't like this nigga. Something about this nigga I don't like, bro. I don't know. Something about him just make me mad. Like,
tastes amazing. I love green beans.
Green beans. The 8th president was Martin Van Buren, and his favorite food was Oysters Rockefeller. Oysters Rockefeller is a classic, and you start with fresh live oysters. We got a twin oyster shaped like a heart. I mean, look at that thing. After shucking, you top with a creamy mixture. There's spinach in there and feta. It is an amazing combination, and it's finished off with some breadcrumbs. Fun fact about Martin Van Buren, he was the only president to have English as his second language, as he was Dutch. In fact, I'm half Dutch as well.
I ain't buying a fucking head burger, bro.
It's creamy,
I
it's
ain't-
cheesy.
I ain't
I
buying.
like it,
I'm
but
not
I feel
buying
like
YouTube
all I
Premium,
can really
bro.
taste is the top part, and I don't really taste much oyster.
Very strong showing for the Democrats. Moving on. Number 9
like
is
that
William
nigga, bro.
Henry Harrison, and believe it or not, his favorite food was squirrel stew. Now I couldn't
That nigga, this nigga, does he look like that? These portraits are so. Who painted that? Who? The nigga nose long as shit. Matter of fact, bro. Now niggas gotta do some investigating, bro. What is this name? William Henry Harrison. What the fuck? What's that nigga name? William. Wait. 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 You mean to tell me? I was trying to look up how long that nigga nose was. This nigga spent a month. This nigga spent a month in presidency. Are we dead ass? This nigga spent a month in presidency? No. We're in 9th to April 4th. It's Wikipedia. Wait, hold the fuck on. Yeah, Britannica gonna tell me some good shit. Okay, cause Wikipedia talking about some he was presidency from the day he was born. Yo, don't use Wikipedia, bro. I said day he lived to the day he died. Yo, but this nigga only spent a month in presidency? Damn. Damn. Yeah, bro, I'm glad they got you up out of there. Fuck y'all think they killed that nigga for? What did he die? I'm gonna look that up later. A month is crazy.
William Henry Harrison, and believe it or not, his favorite food was squirrel stew. Now, I couldn't find a squirrel, so instead we're using a rabbit. Where the average family was about 5 people, he himself had 15 children and 2 wives. He was a very busy man. It reminds me of like the inside of a pumpkin pie. I wish there was more crunch to it. Like the crust is just so important.
I love the cinnamon and nutmeg hints that we get in there.
A little molasses too.
That doesn't do it justice. This is awesome. You guys should try to make it.
The 11th president was James Polk, and his favorite food was cornbread. He was a super sickly child and actually didn't begin his education until he was 18 years old. I guess that means pretty much anyone can be president.
Yo, there's some people out there that actually think cornbread is made with corn and bread, and I want you to know it's not. I know you're probably looking at me like, oh, who thinks that? I'm telling you, there's people out there that probably think cornbread is made with actual corn and bread. I want you to know it's not. Please. I want you to know it's not. You sitting here, I don't know who's watching this right now. I know it's mostly someone that I know. I know you don't. But if you know someone that knows or thinks that cornbread is made with actual corn and bread, help them. Please.
Kyle, you down?
Yeah, Kyle Tibby 2024.
Well, the Republicans seem to be taking an early lead. Moving on. The 12th president was a man named Zachary Taylor, who unfortunately passed away after only 1 year of his presidency, but his favorite food was Southern-style rice fritters. He served during a time period where the price of beef...
He talking about 1 year, and this nigga lasted a month. This nigga lasted a month. No one cares about this man lasting 1 year. This nigga lasted 1 month. Look at this man. Look at this man. Look at him right here. Look at him. Look at him. Can I? Hello? Look at this man. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. This nigga lasted 1 month. 1 month. To my Spanish viewers, he lasted 1 month. And you talking about this nigga lasted let me get back into the video before I get ahead of myself. Talking about something he lasted 1 year. This nigga lasted 1 month. From March 4th to April 4th. 1 month.
was literally only 7 cents a pound. I'm just dreaming of all the ribeyes I could have cooked. The rice includes flour. Millard Fillmore was number 13, and he kept it classic with beef stew. Super tender chuck roast with potatoes is my favorite way to do it. And this guy, Millard Fillmore, was Zachary Taylor's vice president, who only became president when Zachary...
Yo, he was probably fucking... look at his neck. Yo, look at his neck, bro. He was probably scoffing that shit down, bro. Look at, bro. That's blubber. Yo, I'm mean as shit. Hold on, bro.
He kept it classic with a beef stew.
We're only
Super
3 minutes
tender
into the
chuck roast
video,
with
chat.
potatoes
This is
is my
about to be
favorite way
awful.
to do it. And this guy, Millard Fillmore, was Zachary Taylor's vice president, who only became president when Zachary Taylor passed in office.
It reminds me of the holiday time. You have those potatoes, the carrots, the beef, just all those flavors. I love it.
For me, it's kind of basic, and I way prefer like a hunk of meat that I can slice and eat like a steak.
I also like having, if I'm gonna have steak, like a nice piece of meat.
Another good showing for the Republicans to maintain their lead. The 14th president was named Franklin Pierce, and his favorite food was fried clams.
What's up with these niggas
Known
like
for
the
having
clams?
7 small dogs and 2 birds, which were a gift from Japan. That White House must have been looking like a zoo. And our Democrat and Republican approval
What is
ratings
that?
are still extremely close.
Nigga, I thought that was pork rinds. That's clams? This was fucking pork skins.
Time for fried clams. Those right there bring me back.
I'm with you. That just reminds me of summer and just good childhood memories.
I'm really not the biggest fan of fried clam.
Hearing this nigga voice makes me
Sophia,
tired.
I'm with you on this one. Our 15th president was James Buchanan, and his favorite food was sauerkraut. This man tried to mediate the North and the South, but ultimately failed in preventing the Civil War. I imagine that failure had something to do with his poor decision-making skills, as reflected by his choice in food.
I'm not looking forward to this one.
I've never had sauerkraut and I don't want sauerkraut. It looks like, I don't know what it looks like. It looks like it doesn't belong in my body and it's gonna stay out of my body.
I really hope we can all reach some political food common ground on this. Sauerkraut deserves to be in one place and one place only, and that is in a Reuben.
I don't disagree.
There are so many other things I'd rather eat than that.
That is a tough showing for the Democrats, and it could very well cost them this whole
You're
election.
saying it like
Number
it's an
16
actual.
was perhaps the most historically
Logic.
significant president of all time, and I'm proud to say that his favorite food was bacon. I mean, it doesn't get more American than this. Lincoln
Yes,
is
sir.
credited with the abolishment of slavery, and he was an absolute beast at 6'4". Turns out he was also an amazing wrestler.
Damn, damn it. Oh shit. Yo. No. What?
Losing only 1 out of his over 300 matches. Must have been from all that protein consumption. Sadly, his life was taken in a theater while he was celebrating the end of the Civil War, but he's gone down in history as a straight-up boss. Let me know in the comments if this is also your preferred bacon type. Got a little bend to it, but still nice and crispy. Oh yeah. If you're the type of man who's willing to publicly admit that bacon is your favorite food, that is a sign of confidence, of strength.
Bacon was disgusting. I'm just kidding. Bacon's great.
I can only have like 1 or 2 pieces and then I get tired of it.
Now I know what
seen how fast I got up?
birthday this year.
The 17th president was Andrew.
I don't even eat that.
2s across the board. And our 18th president is Ulysses S. Grant, with
He's
his
on
favorite
50.
food being rice
If
pudding.
any
He
of
was
y'all
president
know that.
during what made
They're probably gonna yo, how do you know that? Because I do. I'm smarter than you. Yeah. He's on the 50. I bet you didn't know that. You know who's on the 100? Huh? You know who's on the 100? Yeah, I bet you don't. Would you want me to tell you? No, I'm not gonna tell you.
be the most revolutionary invention of all time.
No way, the shake weight's that old?
Now, the telephone. I like it, it's a little sweet.
I actually think that's one of my favorite desserts I've ever eaten.
I could definitely eat that again. I'm a huge fan.
Strong showing for the Republicans, who maintain their lead in the polls. Number 19 is Rutherford B. Hayes, and just like George Washington, his favorite food was cornmeal pancakes. And we already know Sophia and Kyle were huge fans of that one. What it means is that it's a 6.3 for the Republicans. Number 20 was James Garfield, and somehow his favorite food was also squirrel stew. But what it means is it's another 5.3 for the Republicans. The 21st president was Chester Arthur, and his favorite food was mutton chops. Chester Arthur was known for being extremely fashionable.
Those called pork chops? Why were they called mutton chop? What's the difference? Why did we stop calling them mutton chops and start calling them pork chops? What happened? We just started calling them because it's pork. You know what? Not my business.
And even changed clothes for each occasion throughout the day. For that reason, he earned the nickname Elegant Arthur, and it's reported that he had over 80 pairs of pants. Oh, you're gloving up for this one, Kyle.
It's a glove job if I've ever seen one.
You gloving up?
Gloving up.
I'm going raw.
That is incredible.
It is literally the ribeye of lamb. You can't beat it.
I feel like mutton's just slightly gamey, but I actually do think that that sauce on top is awesome.
Psych.
Oh,
Got him. That's a crazy score.
you're too loose with your 9.
I'm a meat guy, okay?
Says who?
Our 22nd president of the United States was Grover Cleveland, and his favorite food was pickled herring. Honestly, a pretty healthy favorite food, though he was named as the least healthy president in history due to his love of drinking and smoking cigars.
I freaking love this stuff.
We ate this a lot as kids. It's salty, it has it's almost like a pickle flavor. It is pickled herring.
The pickled herring is really, really sweet, and I don't like sweet pickled stuff, I like salty. This is the one from the Viking video, right?
That is the one.
Yeah, I thought it looked familiar. Shut up! You're trying to tell me that you wouldn't eat that better than ice cream?
I mean, I could literally eat that stuff all day.
The 23rd president was Benjamin Harrison, and his favorite food was corn with butter and salt. Harrison had a pet goat named Old Whiskers who lived in the White House. He was also the very first president to have electricity in the White House, and he was so nervous about this new invention that he had a servant turn on the lights for him. All right, kids, bedtime.
It's kind of average.
It's corn.
Oh my God, it's corn.
Relatively low score here for the Republicans. That should tighten up the race. President number 24 is, once again, Grover Cleveland with his pickled herring. He was the only president to serve non-consecutively until quite possibly this year, and what that means is it's another 4 for the Democrats. The 25th president was William McKinley, and his favorite food were eggs. Was eggs? Grammar. For reference, a carton of eggs back in his day cost a mere 20 cents. And before becoming president, he was a teacher making $25 a month. Maybe that's why all he could afford were eggs. Kyle's going no yolk, watching that cholesterol, I see.
My cholesterol's super high.
How's that going for you, by the way?
I don't know how to answer that. I guess it's going all right.
My cholesterol is fantastic.
Really?
Yep.
Like what number roughly?
Oh, I don't know.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
It's an egg.
But it's so versatile. You can do sunny side up, scrambled with cinnamon sugar. That's a really good one.
Really?
The team is shifting in this direction.
The team is shifting. Once again, you're ranking the egg as high as the ice cream.
Hey, what if I want to put, eggs on my ice cream?
Number 26 is Teddy Roosevelt, and his favorite food was steak and gravy.
See,
He was the
that's
first sitting
nigga got
president to
class.
physically leave the country, and to this day, he's still the youngest president in history. He was also firm in his mission to make sure American beef products were safe to consume, signing the Meat Inspection Act into law in 1906. Without him, I may have never been the meat guy. This is my speed. Though I will say, gravy does not belong on a steak.
The gravy, I think, kind of ruins steak.
A chimichurri, I think, would be amazing on this.
Some pretty big numbers across the
Gravy and steak
board.
with
Number 27 was William Taft, whose favorite food was steak and potatoes. And for the steak, we have an ancient relic from deep in my meat freezer. Some of you guys might remember this. It is from 2021, the Sour Patch Dry Age. Will this thing still be edible? Honestly, I have no idea. The crazy thing is, it still smells exactly like Sour Patch Kids. I am gonna remove that pellicle area just so it doesn't burn. But if I recall, the steak tasted exactly like Sour Patch Kids all throughout. Just season with salt, and we'll just pan sear. And as expected, we have a ton of extra caramelization due to that sugar content. But I have to say, for a 3-year-old Sour Patch steak, this is looking pretty good.
I remember that flavor.
Something tastes different on here.
Do you like it?
Pretty good, yeah.
It was dry aged in Sour Patch Kids.
No
You
way.
get that sweetness?
Kind of, now that you mention it. What do? You just wrap them in it?
You should watch the video. Actually, you guys all should watch the video for that matter. Despite being frozen for 3 years, it tastes the exact same as it did back then.
This was my favorite dry age project we ever did.
Really?
I'd definitely eat that one again if it didn't take so long to
I
make.
listened
The
to Tom
28th president was Woodrow Wilson, and
this
his
video.
favorite food was chicken salad. He served during the notorious and extremely horrific years of World War I. But on a slightly lighter note, this was also the time period where the fortune cookie was invented.
What the f?
I don't really believe in these things anyway.
That's the one. So if you're new to Co-Producer, you could really type in anything that you want and it will find you.
Yum.
Oh, you hate salad. You're Max the Meat Guy. That is not true. I love salad when it's made out of chicken.
This is probably the best chicken salad I've ever had. I think it's because they only use chicken breast.
And a
What's up with this thing in
massive
press,
score
bro?
for their Democrats. This lifts them from a 40 to a
You're national.
43% approval rating. This race just got a lot closer. Number 29 was
Yo.
Warren Harding, and his favorite food was chicken pot pie.
think like James-
Clearly, I have a lot of work to do when it comes to making a proper chicken pot pie. This is a mess. I don't know what happened here.
It looks like you dropped it on the floor.
Is it safe to eat?
That chicken pot pie is terrible.
What? I love it. My favorite part is the crust part and when it's a little doughy, but also the edges are still crispy.
That's not a good chicken pot pie.
I don't think we should judge it based on this particular chicken pot pie. I am ready to get this chicken pot pie away from me.
I'll take it.
The 30th president was Calvin Coolidge, and his favorite food was apple pie. He was the only president born on 4th of July, and this was a time period when gas only cost 13 to 25 cents a gallon. It's a
Now gas is $4.55, Donald Trump. Now gas is $4.55, Donald Trump. Now gas is $4.55, Donald Trump.
Isn't this supposed to be apple pie, not cherry?
Oh, sorry about that.
That is a winner.
I absolutely love cherry pie. My least favorite pie is probably apple.
I definitely gravitate towards like chocolate, that sort of dessert.
Before moving on, I am of course gonna have to disown my sister. That was not very nice, Sophia. That was not very nice. The 31st president was Herbert Hoover, and his favorite food was sweet potato casserole with marshmallows. Herbert
Yeah, this nigga was a fat. That's big. That's big. That's big. That's big, my nigga. What year was this? Oh yeah, nah, that's big. That's big. Yeah, you fat, my nigga.
president was Herbert Hoover, and his favorite food was sweet potato casserole with marshmallows. Herbert and his wife spoke Chinese, and it's reported that they spoke Chinese together in the White House when they wanted to have a private conversation. 如果你会说中文，写好评论。By far my favorite Thanksgiving side, specifically the one from Boston Market.
Oh, yes.
Right? Remember that growing? Oh my God, it is just redonkulously good.
I actually think it's pretty good. I'm not a hater.
Surprisingly high for this side dish. President number 32 is the one and only Franklin D. Roosevelt, and his favorite food is the classic grilled cheese. This is a guy who pulled America through the Great Depression as well as World War II, and he was also the very first sitting president to ride on an airplane.
Grilled cheese sandwich, I'm saying. Y'all ever put bacon inside your grilled cheese sandwich? Go ahead, put bacon in your grilled cheese sandwich and then come back and thank me.
Like if I was 12 years old, this would probably be up there for me, but
With a cup of tomato soup, maybe?
Yeah, I really only like grilled cheese with tomato soup.
very average. Moving on. Harry Truman was the 33rd president, and wait, am I hearing that correctly? His favorite food was a well-done steak? Okay, viewer discretion is advised as we cook this well-done steak, but to give us the best chance, I'm using this dry-aged brisket point. I'll start by slicing right down the middle to see what we got. Truman was the only president to make use of an atomic bomb in warfare, but I'd say by far his most notorious characteristic is his choice of steak. Now, I have a feeling this well-done steak is not going to be good, but what I can stand behind is apologize to you both.
I don't even want to put this in my mouth.
I thought that the brisket would make it better, because typically brisket cooked to well done is like edible. It's just not good. Steak should not be cooked to well done under any circumstances.
I will give you props. The crust has a pretty good flavor on it though.
That was bad. Dwight Eisenhower was the 34th president, and his favorite food was fudge.
That nigga look creepy as shit. Yo, why did nigga look like that? Yo, get this nigga off my
Nuts and
screen.
marshmallows.
Yo, why did nigga look like that? He's sick.
Eisenhower was one of the most influential generals during World War II, and as president, believe it or not, it was a time period where a
You like to
McDonald's
use some shit
burger
like
only
this.
cost 15 cents. That's like 1% of today's cost.
Oh my god.
After that well-done steak, this is a welcoming sight. Oh, wow.
I want to eat that whole thing right now.
I know.
Reminds me of like hot chocolate.
So creamy and silky, dense, but still smooth. I gotta keep eating this.
I'm gonna go in on this.
That is a big W for the Republicans.
Creepy as shit.
President number 35 is the extremely popular John F. Kennedy, and his favorite food was clam chowder. At 43 years old, he was the youngest president ever elected during a time period where frozen dinners and Spam were all the rage. So you might not know this about us, but we were all from the East Coast, and that right there is a staple.
The Chunky Soup commercials, remember that?
No.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, Donovan McNabb, the quarterback for the Eagles way back in the day. His like mom, she makes this soup.
I think she's the original chef.
Donovan McNabb's mom served him Campbell's chunky beef with country vegetables.
The more modern day Democrats are putting out some absolute bangers when it comes to food, and they're starting to catch up. Number 36 is Lyndon B. Johnson, and his favorite food was chicken fried steak. And LBJ sounds like my kind of guy. He ate breakfast in bed at 6 a.m. and apparently had bacon almost every single day of the week.
That sounds healthy.
All right, guys, I apologize for the lack of gravy on this. I've just never understood chicken fried steak.
I think this is my first time ever having chicken fried steak. Steak needs its own crust, doesn't need to be fried.
Yeah, I definitely prefer a steak's crust.
Wasn't expecting mine to be the highest.
Our 37th president is Richard Nixon, and I had to do a double take.
This is the one president that I didn't want to come to. Cottage cheese and ketchup, my nigga. Richard Nixon. I'm not. Why was your favorite fruit cottage cheese and ketchup, my nigga? How did you even know? How did you even come across that? To eat cottage cheese? You a nasty motherfucker. I want you to look this.
Our 30.
Editor. Zoom in on this nigga face. Come back to me. Richard. You a nasty motherfucker. I don't know. You a nasty motherfucker. No matter where you are, you a nasty motherfucker. You a nasty motherfucker. This nigga nasty. You nasty nigga. I know you probably not up there, but you a nasty nigga. You nasty.
37th president is Richard Nixon, and I had to do a double take here.
Get your sloppy.
Get your slop. Though I learned that during this time period, a brand new Ford Mustang only cost $2,500. This inflation is killing us right now. There is only one thing in my head that sounds worse than putting ketchup on a steak, and that is putting ketchup on cottage cheese.
I already don't like cottage cheese. I'm honest, I might tap out on this.
No, you signed up. No.
Oh,
It's not horrible.
It's not good.
It's not good.
dude, that was one of the worst things I've ever eaten in my life.
This company made an AI service platform that will make your IT team work so much better, it feels like cheating. It's called...
That is a big blow for the Republicans this late in the race. President number 38 was Gerald Ford, and his favorite food was pot roast. Ford could have played in the NFL, but decided to go to law school instead, ultimately becoming president. And with a favorite food like this, I can see how strength and protein were a big part of his lifestyle. Very reminiscent of that beef stew, but I like the flavor of this a little better.
It's like anything that goes in one of those pans with all those ingredients always tastes so good.
It is good, super rich.
38 presidents in, I'm getting full. Pretty decent scores, and I have officially developed the meat sweats. Number 39 is James Carter, and his favorite food is grits. Called grits.
Yeah, the name doesn't do it any favors.
Like saying your favorite food is grits is like saying your favorite food is rice. The base layer of, it's the foundation. It's not even the foundation, it's just, I hate it.
I don't want to eat it.
I feel like I just ate soggy cardboard.
We probably pissed off a lot of Southerners with these scores, but I don't regret it. Number 40 is one of the most popular presidents of all time, Ronald Reagan, and his favorite food was jelly beans. The 80s was an era defined by fashion, TV, and the rise of blockbuster movies, and Reagan apparently snacked on these as a way of quitting his pipe smoking habit. First comment I see that accurately guesses how many jelly beans I added to this bowl will win a free massive pack of all of our flavors of jerky.
How are you gonna know how many are in there?
1, 2, 11, 12, 13, 350. They rank relatively high on the candy scale, but I don't love candy in general.
Do you like combine the flavors in your mouth?
No. Savor that flavor. Select your flavor.
Sophia's favorite, buttered popcorn, that one's terrible. But the red ones are pretty good.
What? You can eat jelly beans at any time of the day. The morning, the afternoon, midday snack.
George H.W. Bush was the 40th.
Did he die in 2006? Or is that nigga still alive? Hey Siri, is George H.W. Bush still alive?
George H.W. Bush was born June 12, 1924,
That nigga died
and died
in
November...
2018. I'm talking about 2006. That nigga died in 2018.
First president, and his favorite food was pork rinds. George H.W. Bush was president the year I was born. This was a time period when ribeye steaks went for only $6 a pound. Man, I was born 30 years too late.
Is that a chicharron?
Essentially.
Oh, wow. I was gonna be like a potato chip. It's way crunchier.
Can you tell that cat to quiet down?
Hey, Boozy.
Shush. Hey.
It tastes like cardboard.
I refuse to believe my little sister does not like these. I mean, personally, I would for sure prefer beef jerky.
Whoa.
I saw that one coming. Down to the wire. Is it time for the Democrats to make a comeback? Number 42 is Bill Clinton, and his favorite food was chicken enchiladas. He's a Southern boy who, as we know, had his fair share of scandals, and he was also...
That nigga name was William? The nigga name not Bill? I don't want to hear it. Bill and Will do not mix. That's not no nickname for a nigga. This nigga name was William? Why we call this nigga Will? Why we calling this nigga who's Bill? Who's Bill? The nigga name is Will? The fuck? This nigga name is William? Yeah.
Chicken enchiladas. He's a Southern boy who, as we know, had his fair share of scandals, and he was also allergic to milk and chocolate, though he loved fast food, specifically his chicken enchiladas.
Those look pretty dank.
Frozen microwave enchiladas that have been sitting out for 6 hours look dank to you?
Ooh, that's spicy.
It is spicy.
That's very spicy. I love like Tex-Mex and stuff like that.
I don't love it.
To me, there are way better Mexican dishes. Time is starting to run out for the Democrats. Let's move on to the last few. And the 43rd president was George W. Bush, with his favorite food being a cheeseburger pizza. We're finally reaching presidents that I can distinctly remember as a kid. This was me as a 10-year-old when he was in office. These were back in the days when Facebook was just invented and MySpace was still all the rage. That is doing it for me.
I love cheeseburgers, I love pizza, and combined, match made in heaven.
I think that bite of pizza is the best bite of pizza, where you get half crust, half pizza.
Couldn't disagree more. The crust is meaningless to me. Nobody should be shocked by these scores. And our 44th president was Barack Obama. And his favorite food was somehow broccoli.
Then Mr. Obama revealed that broccoli was his favorite food. Really?
Not sure how I feel about anyone's favorite food being broccoli, but I did learn he's left-handed just like me. This one is just wrong on so many levels. The only possible chance this broccoli has is throwing a bunch of ranch.
Ranch on broccoli? Yo, bro.
On top, but even then, I'm not feeling good about it.
Really, Barack?
Really?
How could this possibly be someone's favorite? That is a huge Democrat L, and it could be the difference maker this late in the race. We've made it to the one and only Donald Trump, and his favorite food is fast.
Of course it's
fast
fast
food. Specifically, he loves his KFC.
All right, I'm taking off the skin. So.
Oh.
Why that nigga orange? What he fucking eat? He's orange. Look at him. Look at this nigga.
Specifically, he loves.
Look at him. Can't even open his fucking eyes.
KFC.
All right, I'm taking off
big.
the skin. So.
Oh, de-skinning the KFC is a crime against humanity.
They don't know that.
I kind of respect that Trump is willing to publicly say that his favorite food is fast food.
It's a bold statement.
He's a bold guy, I guess, but like...
I believe it more. No one's favorite food is broccoli.
And with only one president left, the Democrats have a lot of ground to make up. And we've made it to the last and final president. At the time of filming, he remains the sitting president of the United States.
Yeah, chat, that's the end of the video. That's the end of the video, chat. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope this video is almost an hour long. I don't know if this whole video is coming out. If you see this, then I edited it and I dropped it. But if you don't see this within the next week or two, not gonna lie, you may see this in like June. But hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. What else? What else? Make sure to drop some ideas in the video. Make sure to drop some ideas in the comments for what it is you want to see. But hope y'all had fun. I surely did. Love y'all. Have a good night.